The following 5 cases are missing person cases of those who remain still missing. Case number 1, Kenneth Stephen Haley. Kenneth was last seen in Torrance, California on April the 10th of 2001. He has never been seen or heard from since. Few details are available in his case, which remains unsolved. Kenneth Stephen Haley is classified as endangered missing. He was 21 years old at the time of his disappearance, making him 38 today. He is described as a Caucasian male with light brown hair and blue eyes. He stands at 5'7" and 150 pounds. His date of birth is December 27, 1979. He has 2 cowlicks on the back of his head, as well as 2 scars. He has a birthmark on his arm, a scar on his right leg behind the knee, a scar on his forehead, and dimples on his cheeks. His front teeth are capped. It is unknown what he was wearing when he was last seen. If you have any information regarding Kenneth's case, please contact the Torrance Police Department listed below. Case number 2, Leah Toby Roberts. Leah loved traveling and set out for the Northwest United States on March the 9th of 2000. She did not share her plans with loved ones, but did leave a note for her roommate. In the note, she stated that she was not suicidal, but needed time away after the death of both of her parents. Leah packed up her kitten in her 1993 white Jeep Grand Cherokee and headed out of North Carolina. Leah's vehicle was discovered wrecked and abandoned on a logging road in Whatcom County, Washington on March 18th of 2000, just 9 days after she left North Carolina. The Jeep was located near an embankment off of Mount Bear Highway at the foot of Cascade Mountains, which is approximately 85 miles north of Seattle, Washington. In the vehicle, authorities discovered a fuel purchase receipt dated the early morning hours of March the 13th from Brooks, Oregon, and a ticket stub from March the 13th showing of the film American Beauty in a theater at Bellis Fair Mall in Bellingham, Washington. Also found in the vehicle was cat food scattered inside, as well as her guitar, CDs, and a checkbook scattered near the scene. $2,500 was tucked inside a pair of her pants, and blankets had been placed over the vehicle's broken windows, signaling that someone had sought protection from the elements. There was no sign of Leah or the kitten at the scene, and no evidence of foul play was discovered. A witness told authorities that he and his wife believed that they saw Leah at a Texaco gas station in Everett, Washington, shortly after her vehicle was found abandoned. The man said that the woman appeared to be disoriented and did not recall her identity. He terminated his conversation with investigators before he could provide additional details. Authorities believe his sighting was valid and that the man panicked during the phone call for undetermined reasons. There have been several theories as to what may have happened to Leah Roberts. Investigators believe she may have headed toward Mount Baker Highway after the accident and possibly picked up by a passing motorist. She may have suffered injuries during her wreck that could have been disorienting, as witnesses stated, as a result of her condition. Some people have speculated that an unknown individual was driving Roberts' vehicle at the time of the accident, and that foul play may have been involved in her disappearance. There is little evidence to support any theory regarding her whereabouts. Extensive searches of the area around her wreck provided few clues regarding her disappearance. Leah Toby Roberts is classified as endangered missing. She was 23 at the time of her disappearance, making her 41 today. She's described as a Caucasian female with sandy hair and blue eyes. She stands at 5'6" and 130 pounds. Her date of birth is July the 23rd, 1976. She has pierced ears and a beauty mark above her upper right lip. She has a surgical scar on her right hip with a metal rod inside the entire length of her femur. She has dimples on both of her cheeks and is a cigarette smoker. She speaks fluent Spanish and has a strong Southern accent. Her clothing is unknown, but she was known to have a 14-karat white gold diamond ring with a .45-carat emerald-cut diamond and two 0.7-carat baguettes on each side, and a pair of 14-karat gold earrings with 0.3-carat rubies in each ear. If you have any information regarding Leah's case, please contact a Whatcom County Sheriff's Office listed below. Case number 3, Edward James Gibson. Edward is originally from Hove, England, and was last heard from on October the 24th, 2004, when he emailed his family stating that he was coming home. He hasn't been heard from since. He is known to have been at the Capitol Guest House in Phnom Penh in the capital of Cambodia on October the 21st, 2004. Evidence discovered in 2013 led authorities to believe that he may have been murdered for his money. His whereabouts are unknown and his case remains unsolved. Edward James Gibson is classified as endangered missing. He was 19 at the time of his disappearance, making him 32 years old today. He is described as a Caucasian male with light brown hair and blue eyes. He stands at 6'1". His weight is unknown. However, he is described as a slim build. His date of birth is unknown. He may use the aliases Eddie or Mickey Deller. If you have any information regarding his case, please contact the Cambodia hotline listed below or the British Embassy in Phnom Penh via email or phone number listed below. Case number 4, Danielle Arion Bell. Danielle was last seen at a house party near Cedar Tree Lane in Cantonment, Florida. Witnesses stated that Danielle visited a park at the corner of Escambia Avenue and Lakewood Avenue on September the 30th of 2001. This area is close to the house in which she was last seen. Prior to her disappearance, Danielle had been in a relationship with Alfredo Gomez Sanchez Jr. He was later convicted of lewd and lascivious behavior and molestation in connection with his sexual involvement with Danielle before she had disappeared. In the summer of 2007, Sanchez was charged with lying to investigators about his whereabouts at the time in which Danielle disappeared. He told authorities that he was with his female cousin at the time Danielle went missing. He had not seen Danielle for 2 to 3 weeks prior to her disappearance. Sanchez's cousin initially backed his story, but later recanted and said that he had not been with her. Sanchez has not been implicated in Danielle's disappearance, though. Danielle's disappearance remains classified as a runaway, but foul play is now suspected in her case. She may have traveled to Panama City, Florida, New Orleans, Louisiana, or the state of Alabama. There is also a possibility that Danielle remained in the Pensacola area after her disappearance. Some agencies may list her disappearance date as September the 28th of 2001. Her case remains unsolved. Danielle Arion Bell is classified as an endangered runaway. She was 14 years old at the time of her disappearance, making her 30 years old today. She is described as a Caucasian female with light brown hair and blue eyes, standing at 5'4" and 110 pounds. Her date of birth is July the 28th, 1987. She may use the nickname Danny. She has a scar on her left forearm. She was last seen wearing a sky blue halter top with glitter in the fabric, a Tommy Hilfiger jacket, and black pants. If you have any information regarding your case, please contact the Escambia County Sheriff's Office or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children listed below. Case number 5, Stephan Daniel Paul. Stephan departed from his hometown of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma on December 2, 1999. He was planning to visit his brother in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and rode a Greyhound bus for the trip. Stephan called his grandfather several times through payphones in Nashville, Tennessee on December the 4th of 1999. He stated that he had been forced to leave the bus after being caught drinking beer, which was forbidden. He also stated that he needed money. Stephan's luggage arrived in Chattanooga, but he never did. He has never been seen or heard from since. His whereabouts remain unknown, and his loved ones believe that he may be homeless. Stephan Daniel Paul is classified as endangered missing. He was 22 years old at the time of his disappearance, making him 41 today. He is described as an African American male with black hair and black eyes, standing at 5'9" and 153 pounds. His date of birth is May the 26th, 1977. He may have a mustache, beard, or goatee. He was last seen wearing a dark-colored jacket with corduroy collar and brown corduroy pants. He suffers from occasional seizures and loss of memory, which requires medication. If you have any information regarding Stephan's case, please contact the Nashville Metropolitan Police Department listed below. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you have not already, and hit the notification bell so you know when to upload my next video, and I will catch you guys on my next video.